to go. One good day. All right, guys, can we go to...
Right now, at this very second, a silent, bloody war is raging inside your brain, and I'm afraid you are losing this war. The only obstacle standing between you, your dreams, your potential, and the person you want to become isn't a lack of talent. It isn't laziness either. The obstacle is that small glass screen in your pocket, the modern world, and the perfect trap set by billion-dollar algorithms designed to steal your mind piece by piece. Let's be honest. When was the last time you sat down to work and stayed locked in for hours without a single distraction? You can't even remember, can you? Today, I didn't come here to tell you to just put the phone down. Today, I'm going to tell you how to take your stolen brain back from the thieves, how to clear that endless fog in your mind, and how to join that rare 1% who actually have control over their lives. I want to tell you about someone. His name is Liam, but actually you already know Liam because Liam is you. He is me. He is all of us. Liam has a dream. He wants to write that big project, that book he's been carrying in his mind for years, the one that will change his life. On a Tuesday morning at exactly 9 a.m., he sat at his desk. His coffee was fresh, the room was quiet, the computer screen was on. He made a promise to himself that morning. Today is the day. No excuses today. Today, I will not get distracted. Liam opened the blank page. The cursor was blinking. He lifted his fingers to the keyboard to write the first sentence. But then, from the depths of his brain, that sneaky, familiar urge rose up. Let me just check my emails, he said to himself. Something important might have come in. Just 30 seconds. An innocent request, right? He opened his emails, saw a promotional email, clicked a link from there. Then he remembered the highlights of last night's game. Let me just watch the goals for 2 minutes, then I'll start immediately, he said. It became 9:15 a.m. Then his phone screen lit up. A notification from Instagram. An old high school friend shared a vacation photo. Where did they go? He wondered. He looked at the photo, then swiped to stories, then fell into the explore page. It became 10:30 a.m. Then YouTube. Why are cats afraid of cucumbers? Video, followed by the world's fastest cars, then politics, then gossip. Time was slipping through Liam's fingertips like grains of sand. When Liam finally stood up from that desk, it was 6 p.m. and he hadn't written a single word on that white page. When he went to bed that night, what he felt wasn't just fatigue, it was shame, that heavy, sticky, nauseating shame of trying to command your own mind and failing to keep your word. So, why is Liam like this? Why are we all like this? Is the problem that we lack willpower? Is our character weak? No. The problem lies much deeper, in the mismatch between our biology and our technology. Let's dive inside Liam's brain, down to the neurons. The human brain evolved over hundreds of thousands of years for one primary purpose: to survive. When our ancestors lived on the savannah, focusing meant death. If a caveman focused only on the spear he was making and didn't hear the sounds around him, he wouldn't notice the tiger approaching from behind. That's why our brains are programmed for distraction. We are wired to react to every sound, every movement, every new piece of information. This isn't a bug, it was a survival mechanism. But today there are no tigers. Today there are no predators waiting for us behind the bushes. They have been replaced by notifications, emails, breaking news, and endless scrolling loops. There is a powerful neurotransmitter in our brain called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the happiness hormone. This is a huge misconception. Dopamine is not the happiness hormone. Dopamine is the molecule of craving and desire. It is the fuel that gets you out of bed, makes you reach for food, and keeps you locked on a target. In nature, earning dopamine is hard. You have to hunt to find food, strive to find a mate, work to build a shelter. The reward comes after the effort. However, the modern world has hacked this equation. Silicon Valley engineers know our brain's weaknesses far better than we do. The phone in your pocket is actually an advanced slot machine, a gambling machine. When you pick up your phone, pull down the screen to refresh and let go, you don't know what you're going to get. A new like, a funny video, bad news. This uncertainty pumps an incredible amount of unearned cheap dopamine into your brain. When Liam sat at the table, his brain set up a scale. On one side, writing, hard, boring, the reward comes much later, requires high energy. Brain will on the other side, without at the phone, exception, easy, colourful, fun. The reward is right now energy. Zero this energy. Is called the path of least resistance. Liam wasn't lazy. Liam's brain was simply following its biological code. But the situation isn't limited to just dopamine. I want to introduce you to a more terrifying concept: attention residue. Most of us think we can multitask, that we can do several things at once. You say, I can check emails and write a report at the same time. Science says you are lying. The human brain cannot focus on two cognitive tasks at once. It only switches between tasks very rapidly, and every switch has a cost. When you lift your head from a report to look at a WhatsApp message for just 5 seconds, your brain cannot immediately return to the report. A part of your attention remains hanging on that message like a residue. I wonder what he replied. What should I write back? These thoughts continue to run in the background. Research shows that once interrupted, it takes an average of 23 minutes to return to a level of full focus. Imagine being interrupted 20 times a day. Essentially, you spend your entire day in a semi-stupid mode. Your IQ score temporarily drops by 10 to 15 points. In other words, we are willing and knowingly making ourselves stupider. Let's go back to Liam. He lost his job that week. His project was cancelled because he missed the deadline. His life was slipping through his fingers. He was constantly tired but doing nothing. He was constantly busy but producing nothing. We call this state mental obesity. Just like a body that gets fat eating fast food, Liam had made his mind sluggish by constantly consuming unnecessary information, junk info. On a rainy day, he met with an old university professor, Professor Demir, at a cafe. Liam had dark circles under his eyes. His hands were trembling. He put his phone on the table, but his eyes were constantly darting to the screen. Professor, he said, am I stupid? Why can't I do it? Why is everyone else succeeding while I'm running in place? The professor took a sip of his coffee and pointed to Liam's phone. You aren't stupid, Liam. You are just an addict, and worse, you have lost the ability to be bored. Liam was surprised. Boredom? Isn't boredom a bad thing? The professor laughed. No, son. All the great ideas in human history, all the great inventions emerged when that person was bored. When Newton discovered gravity, he wasn't watching TikTok. He was sitting idly under a tree. Boredom means the brain switches to the default mode and triggers creativity. But you leave no empty space for your brain. You take your phone even to the toilet. You have no tolerance for even that 10-second gap while waiting for the elevator. Your mind is constantly screaming. It never shuts up. The professor pulled an old leather-bound notebook from his bag and placed it on the table. I will teach you a method, he said. It's called monk mode. This isn't a diet. This is surgery. It will hurt. It will challenge you. You will go into withdrawal. But if you want your brain back, this is the only way. Now get your pen and paper ready, because I'm going to explain the scientifically proven deep focus protocol, the roadmap to reclaiming your brain that the professor taught Liam. These tactics are not simple advice like put your phone on silent. These are strategies that will restructure your mental architecture. Rule number 1, the law of friction and environment design. Do not trust your willpower. Willpower is a battery. It's full in the morning, dead by evening. If you build your strategy on willpower, you will lose. You must build your strategy on your environment. If your phone is on your desk, even if it's face down, your brain constantly expends energy saying, I shouldn't look at it. I shouldn't look at it. This is like a heavy program running in the background of a computer. It eats up your RAM. The solution is simple but radical. Put the phone in another room. If there is a physical barrier between you and your phone, your brain will be too lazy to overcome that friction barrier. Put friction between you and your bad habits. Remove the friction between you and your good habits. Have only the work you are doing on your desk, not even a water glass if necessary, just you and your work. Rule number 2, dopamine detox and the pain gate. When you start a task, the first 15 minutes are critical. We call this the pain gate. Transitioning from high dopamine entertainment to low dopamine work, your brain objects. It screams, I'm bored. It begs, stop this. Most people give up in these first 15 minutes and reach for the phone. But here is the secret. If you resist that pain, if you say to that boredom, okay, let's be bored then, and keep going, something miraculous happens around the 20th minute. The pain subsides, the mind calms down, and the state we call flow begins. Time perception disappears. You become one with the work you are doing. To reach this point, you must embrace boredom. 1 day a week, yes, a full day, do a dopamine fast. No screens, no music, no sugary foods, just walking, books, contemplation. Reset your brain's receptors. Rule number 3, the Flowmodoro technique. You've heard of the Pomodoro technique. Work 25 minutes, break 5 minutes. This is good, but sometimes it interrupts you. Just when you are fully focused, the alarm ringing breaks the flow. Try Flowmodoro instead. Start the stopwatch counting forward. Go for as long as you can focus. 40 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours. Stop when your mind gets tired and the flow breaks. Take a break for 1/5 of the time you worked. But be careful. Never, ever look at your phone during the break. The break is for the brain to rest. Looking at the phone doesn't rest the brain. It tires it out more. Look at the wall, look out the window, drink water, stretch. Let your brain process that information. Rule number 4, prefrontal cortex. Exercise focus is not a talent. It is a muscle. And right now, your muscle has atrophied. It is wasted away. You can't lift 100 kilos the first time you go to the gym. You start with the empty bar. Set small goals for yourself. Today I will focus on just one subject for just 10 minutes. Did you succeed? Tomorrow, 12 minutes. The next day, 15. Every time you focus, blood flow to the prefrontal cortex at the front of your brain increases. New neural pathways are formed there. This is called neuroplasticity. You are physically changing your brain. A month later, focusing for 1 hour will feel like child's play. Liam did what the professor said. Was it easy? Never. In the first few days, his hands shook. He paced around the room. His mind played tricks on him. Just take one look, maybe there's an emergency, it said. But Liam didn't give up. He put his phone in a locked box. He stopped exposing himself to that blue light as soon as he woke up in the morning. He declared the first 4 hours as sacred hours. 90 days passed. One morning, Liam opened his window. The sun was rising. His desk was tidy. He closed the file on his computer. He pressed the save button. It was done. That book, that project was finished. What he felt at that moment wasn't that cheap, temporary dopamine rush from 3 months ago. This was serotonin. This was the deep, unshakable, lasting peace of achieving, of completing something, of surpassing one's own limits. Liam took a deep breath. The fog in his mind had cleared. He was now the captain of his mind, not its slave, but its master. You listened to this story. You learned the science. You witnessed Liam's journey, but a great danger awaits you the moment you close this video. Right next to this video, YouTube will recommend funny cat videos, celebrity bloopers, or a political video that will make you angry. The dopamine monster is there, in ambush, waiting for your weakest moment. It wants to pull you back into that lethargy, into that zombie mode. I'm going to ask you one final question, and I want you to answer it honestly. When you come to the end of your life, when you take your last breath and look back, what do you want to see? What do you want written on your tombstone? He watched all the TV series, read thousands of tweets, gave hundreds of thousands of likes, but achieved nothing. Or he mastered his mind, realized his potential, and left a legacy behind. The choice is yours, and you will make this choice right now, at this very second. Focus is not a gift. It is a conquest. You have to fight to take it. Let today be a milestone for you. After closing this video, I ask only one thing from you. Don't write a comment, don't like, don't move to another video. Pick up your phone, turn on airplane mode, and leave it in another room. Just 20 minutes. Just one task. Sit at that table and win that war. Liam succeeded. You can succeed too. Now go and reclaim your mind. Start